you all so much. My name's Emily. I'm Head of Event Ops at Motiv Sports, and we deliver 6 mass participation events in the UK, one of which I'm going to chat to you about today is the Hackney Half and the Hackney Moves Festival. So Hackney Moves started back in 2014. We had around 5,000 runners. Similar to everyone else here, since 2021, we've seen a very steep acceleration. Last year was our biggest ever, with just over 20,000 runners on the start line. This year, I think we'll be just over 21,000, which is super exciting. But the thing that everyone talks about when they talk about the Hackney Half is that it's not just a half marathon. There's a whole weekend of activity and that festival feeling. I was actually chatting to a couple of the girls from Maverick in the break, and first thing one of them said to me was, "Oh, my brother did that last year, and I got there and I couldn't believe there was a stage and there was this and there was that." And we have heavily invested in that for a number of years. This year we've got a Fight Club coming down. They do like boxing to drum and bass, which is awesome. There's reggae aerobics, step classes, a sound bath. We have loads of free kid activities across the weekend. We have our Free Schools Challenge on the Saturday, which this year we hope will have 1,500 children taking part, which I can see Tyler raising an eyebrow there. That will be pretty hectic in the morning. We offer a free 5K on the Saturday as well, which is open to everyone. And new for this year, we're developing, with lots of the people in the room here, a community hub. So some of the community groups that we're working with this year are going to be on site with us Saturday and Sunday in a space where they are able to program activity, engage with the local community, and meet some of our runners on site. So I will now show a short clip just to give a flavour of last year's event. Oh, this is awkward. I thought there'd be sound. Just imagine. Some drum and bass and some beatboxing over the top. So who are the type of people that attend our event, and who would we like to target? Again, we've spoken about it a lot today. We are still on the journey towards gender parity with our event, and we're working hard to increase female participation by 7% in the coming years. To support our work around this, we're working with brands such as Pequel and Time of the Month, and we've also really strengthened and are communicating more clearly our pregnancy policy to make our event as accessible as possible for women. We're also working with the likes of NAS and other groups today that are focused on working with women within safe spaces and removing those barriers to running, which again is helping us to reach and empower more female runners. The event is also very deeply rooted in Hackney, and this is a race within Hackney and for Hackney, and we're focused on working on our start line reflecting that in the coming years. This year we've started on that journey, and I think over the coming years we'll really see a difference in our start line there. We're also exploring things like payment plans for 2026 tickets to help remove some of those financial barriers to entry, and we're already offering discounts and things like that with the groups we work with to hopefully make the event more accessible. So these are the demographics from our start line from last year. Age, we see consistent growth, again, as chatted about earlier with the Let's Do This guys, in that younger audience, the under 25s, but the majority of our runners are aged between 25 and 34, which is kind of in line with the look and feel of the event, the partners that we have, and the race day activations that we have going on. In terms of location, we obviously see a really strong turnout from London, although this did dip slightly last year from 85% in 2023, but we think that is, as Hackney's reputation continues to grow as one of the best half marathons in the UK, people are going to be prepared to travel a little bit further to come and join us and see what all the fuss is about. But that said, it's a priority for us that the race remains rooted in London. You know, we're not actively going after international runners. We want the race to feel like a local race. Our runner behaviour, as you can see, most of our runners are fairly consistently out 2-3 times a week. 53% of our runners last year had taken part in the event before, so it was lovely to see them coming back again. Again, interesting to note, we have just over 30% of our runners were first-timers last year, which again I think is partly down to the festival elements and the sort of fun, vibrant nature of the event. It's not a really serious race where you've got loads of elites going for a really quick time. It's actually about coming down, having fun, soaking it up. So what are we actively doing to encourage people to attend together? So from 2016, the team have been committed to investing heavily in these free and experiential elements. And from 2021, we've further developed this work by weighting those elements to have a real local feel. We've prioritised working with local delivery partners for our fitness activations, and we currently have about 30 food traders on site, and the majority of those independent food traders are now based within Hackney or the East London area. So again, even if running's not your thing, you can come down and have a good old feed up and a couple of beers with some really good options there as well. Another thing that we work really hard on, and again invest quite heavily in, is we have entertainment at every mile on our route. So that's from steel bands to West End Choir to all sorts of things going on. And we also create specific fan hubs as well. So again, for our spectators, it's really easily mapped out for you. Come and have a coffee in the morning. You can walk around, stay at the fan hub, soak up the atmosphere, be back in the finish line to greet your runner. And it's really straightforward for spectators to come and do that. The atmosphere in the Festival Village on Sunday is absolutely electric. It's a real party atmosphere back there. I think I came to watch a friend run the Hackney Half in 2018 before I worked here, and I got to the Festival Village and I was like, what on earth is this? I'd been working in half marathons for years and I had never seen anything like it. And then obviously lucky enough to have been working there for the last 5 years. So there's a real good vibe, and again, it's accessible. It doesn't matter if you're not running, if you just want to come down and soak it up, listen to some music, do a boxing class, then it's available for everyone to do that. We've also really focused on the last few years in ensuring that the deliverers on stage and our presenters reflect the community that we're working within. So we've had presenters from the deaf community, we ensure that we have presenters from a wide range of ethnic backgrounds and the queer community as well, to create a welcoming, inclusive environment on site for everyone. Obviously, events like this don't exist without brand partners, and again, something that we work really hard on is to make sure that our partners, the way they're activating, resonates with our audience and our event. Something that the team have worked really hard on this year and we're really proud of is the Hackney Academy with Hoka. With the support quite last minute of our community partners, we identified 40 runners who were either first-time half marathon runners or returning runners, and we've taken them on a training journey through a 12-week cycle. So they have met weekly with a qualified coach to take them through this. They've all received a free pair of trainers, obviously their event entry. There's been support for them in terms of physio and advice from nutritionists, and they've also all received a free runner membership to continue their journey beyond the half marathon. I'm now going to show a quick video of another excellent activation with one of our partners, Wizz Air, from last year.
We have reached out to local Hackney communities and given people the opportunity to come and work with us with a view to them grabbing a mic, getting on stage and addressing 20,000 people here at the Wizz Air Hackney Half Marathon.
Let's go, Red! They are moving this morning.
I am so grateful to Wizz Air.
My favourite part, it was the performance, practitioner, all of the artists.
Thank you, Wizz Air!
So last year we worked with Wizz Air to bring 3 aspiring presenters onto site for the weekend. They worked with our professional MC team, shadowed them on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday, as you can see there, they took to the stage, ran the show, and Eric now is actually working with the guys at Indelible, which is amazing. I think they probably provide MCs for most of the major races in London. So really nice to see that sort of legacy piece there with that activation. And just to finish up, the sort of 4 current initiatives that we're working on this year to promote participation together. Our Hackney Run Clubs, we've sort of brought back to life. It was something that we did back in the day and it got lost along the way. So we've been organising free weekly runs for participants or non-participants to come along, meet our paces, meet each other. We've met at a variety of venues in Hackney, from Climpson's. We've worked with the guys at Badu. Last night, I think they were at the Climbing Centre doing a task with Good Gym. So really showcasing the area and giving runners that opportunity to meet one another. The new programme, which I've touched on this year, and Mo, who's here today, is working with us on, is our Community Partners and Community Champions programme. Feedback over the years from some of the groups is that they wanted to have a closer connection with us, be more involved in curating the event and having more of a relationship with us, I think, and that was something that we wanted as well. And we've worked with the guys at Let's Do This on the 2026 ticketing to offer early access for those groups to next year's tickets, to bulk reserve tickets, and offer some more flexible payment options to hopefully help with that. Group volunteering is another thing that we offer for people to come together. We've currently got about 1,000 volunteers signed up for this year, which is mega. That's a lot of packed lunches, but it's really good to see that programme grow. I think for context, we had about 400 last year, so that's huge growth. And some of our volunteers who come from run clubs, that's an amazing way to guarantee your free entry for next year, but also we see groups like Scouts come and they get a donation per head and can put that towards anything that they need. And the other thing that we are sort of building out this year is just our charity village. Again, we've got 30 charity partners on site this year, which I think is a pretty steep increase on last year. And we've built out their area to be more of a villagey space for them to meet their runners pre and post and share that experience and just elevate that a little bit for them. So hopefully, if any of you have never been to Hackney, you should definitely come down this year and have a sound bath and a pint. But yeah, thank you all so much for your time.